Welcome back, everybody, to the Rollers Guild. We are continuing our new campaign, All for One, A Trail of Ash and Sand. As a quick reminder before we get into the video, if you like the video, like it. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you want to follow us on social media, sure, it's in the description. Now, with all that said, let's get into it. Last time, our players boarded a train that was taking them in direct route to the border of Grim Duranzara. The party exchanged some of their experience that they all had in the Mountain of Three, and Ellinor and Haley had some pretty intense dreams. Ellinor dreamt that she spoke to Death himself, after which she woke and decided to walk around the train, where she met an older orc man who turned out to be Xavier the Hollowed, one of Death's generals. Haley foresaw three possible outcomes of the party's future. The first one being the train derailed and everyone died. The second outcome, the party was falling through the sky, and where they met their doom on the ground by hitting the ground. The third outcome, they end up in a forest where all but Akari are injured but alive. We now rejoin our party while they're falling through the sky. And as a quick reminder, this is because they just got blown out of a train by an explosion that could have been a targeted attack by the Servants of Death. So, you're all free falling right now. We're going to figure out what happened to you guys, okay? Because as far as I know, none of you were wearing armor. All of you are pretty fleshy and squishy, for the most part. So we're gonna resolve some things. I will say Xavier was able to dampen the blow a little bit. So it's not like an instant death, because he was able to create a barrier with a clay-like material that he took from his own body and surrounded the explosion with that. So a lot of this is just gonna be force damage and shrapnel. Okay?
Great.
Okay.
And Akari blew them back about 1 foot.
That's right. Akari did a good job.
Thanks.
All right. So this will be a grit check opposing my explosion fight check. Okay. Before I roll the numbers, let me explain how this is gonna work out. Okay. If you meet my number, or beat it, you're totally fine. Okay? No scratch, no bruise, no bumps. You're still falling through the sky, but you're not dead or injured. Okay? If you miss the number by 5, you don't take any damage, but you could be knocked out, so it will be a brain check versus half of the original DC. Okay?
Okay, Akari's so dead.
If you miss it by 10, you are first level of injury and you're knocked out. If you miss it by 15, second level of injury and you're knocked out. If you miss it by 20, you're dead.
What dice are you rolling, Sam?
Wait, no. Before you can answer that, I just have a question. What if you fail, but it's by less than 5? Is it like up to 5 is result number 1?
Okay,
and then
so as an example, let's say my DC is 20. Okay, the one that I set. If you roll a 15, that's within 5 away from 20. So you take no damage, but you have to make that knockout check. Okay.
Okay.
And then everyone. Okay. Any more questions before I reveal what my dice are?
No. Dice?
What die are you using?
I roll a D100.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm going to die.
What the fuck is wrong?
Guys, this could be a 5. You could be fine.
It could be 100.
It could be 100. With all of that said...
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
A D6 for grit.
So fun while it lasted.
With all that said, this is the beginning of a new session. So, all of you...
New characters.
You all did level up, as I said, off screen. So all of you start with 3 points instead of 2 that you can spend.
So
Those
Thank God.
3 points are really gonna get my D6.
No. Let me
My
finish.
maximum I could
Close, but you can roll
roll is
again.
10.
Let me finish. Now, those 3 points could be crucial because if your die doesn't land on the highest number it possibly can, you can use those points to make up the difference and then roll your dice again and stack on top of it. Okay?
What if it explodes twice? Do you keep rolling?
You keep rolling.
Yeah. You just keep rolling until you stop exploding.
Pun intended.
Which sounds like what Sam did to kill us all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Now, I
Yeah.
will say, just this is unlikely in my opinion, because I'm horrible at dice rolls, as you all know from playing with me.
Yeah, okay.
The exploding dice roll does still apply to me.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely does.
No, it
We could
doesn't.
be using like
I won't allow
200. A DC of 200.
No, I'm more thinking like, 125.
Everyone raise their hand if they think Sam should do a lower dice.
and the yays have it. 2d20s.
I'm good.
Can we roll now?
Let me give you the die, okay? Let me give you the number that you're trying to meet. Oh! That's not bad. It's not bad. It's 60.
I can't meet that. I'm dead.
0?
6-0?
6-0.
I cannot
How
meet
are we
that.
supposed
Okay, I
to
have
Akari.
to roll 6 10 times.
You got this, guys. Your GM believes in you.
Yeah, but
We're
you are
rolling grit.
dice.
Okay, I rolled a 6 once.
I rolled an 8.
6. Okay, I'm sitting at 20.
Okay.
We're rolling
Fuck.
grit.
Ben,
I
keep
feel
that
like I
magic
shouldn't
going.
use
I
my
also rolled
points,
a
'cause it's like,
I got a 1
No, I can't. That's me tapped out.
for a 3.
I got 18.
I got a 16.
13.
Oh wait, hang on. I get to add 2. 20.
20. Fantastic.
I got 11.
So to be clear, we're all dead. Just to be clear,
Well,
we're all
we
instantly
didn't
dead.
we didn't hear what Matt said yet. Matt might not be dead. Akari might be fine.
I did explode 3 times.
Wow.
Nice.
That's very impressive.
24.
Whoa, that's really good.
That's really good.
Man, if only it was closer. Hey, if anyone who's watching this has ever played D&D with me, they know that Sam, the player, loves explosions, all right? It's a big thing for me.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna destroy Bowman's coat that has the hole in it. I think I'm gonna have to do that now.
Yeah, you are.
Ooh,
All right.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
So I'm
Maybe when he's
gonna
lying
go
down.
around, and I want to go around, and I want to hear your numbers again, so I can just solidify that you're all dead. Ben, we're gonna start with you.
I got 16 total.
Dead. Zuzu.
13.
Dead. Kelly.
Does my like +2?
Yeah.
Does that? So if I
It doesn't stack. It's just two. It just adds to the total.
okay, so I can't use that to get an explosion. So 20.
Kyra.
3.
Dead. Eva.
I got an 11 and Chip got a 4.
Aww.
Not shit.
Double dead.
Killed the chipmunk.
Double homicide?
Akari.
Don't worry, I did my math wrong, guys. 22.
Not dead.
That's bullshit, Sam. That's bullshit. What?
You are all falling. All of you are essentially knocked out, dead. Akari, you start to fade away. You hear death's loving song pull you closer. And you hear the voice of thunder. No, not today.
Oh.
Lightning starts to surround you. envelops you, and it's like a suit of armor in some ways that's a little bit bigger than you, and you see that you have claws. You are really still almost knocked out, and the thing that you've been trying to hide this whole time, your true form appears. Do you want to describe that for me?
I would. Is anyone else conscious to see it?
Nope.
For the sake of our audience.
Do we have to go to the sidebar room?
No. Matt and I talked about this.
How, Sam, are you giving me freedom to save everyone and do some shit? Or am I simply describing
So
what I
here's the
look
thing. Based on the character's abilities that I wrote for you and the things that's saving you, and the only reason why you're not dead right now is because Thunder is taking control of your body.
It is interesting. So here's a clarifying question.
I will also just say you will pass out in a matter of seconds too.
Yeah. The orc with us.
Yep.
Is he unconscious?
Nope.
He's also falling with us?
Yep.
Perfect. That works out for my plan. Let me know because... So, okay. Thunder knows everything about Akari.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything that Thunder knows, almost everything since you met Thunder.
Got it. Right. We're all falling, plummeting, our limp bodies flailing through the air, and each of us flipping off Sam as we fall. We are falling. It's a cliff, right?
You're falling. You got exploded way past the train wreck. Wow.
The track.
Thank you. So you're basically free falling. There's almost nothing around you. You're basically in just open space. You're holding space for the fall.
Yeah. Akari's eyes close and limp body flail with everyone else. And then suddenly her eyes flare open, a bright scarlet color that then gets infected almost with this electricity zipping through her eyes until they become this bright blue electric energy. There is a shadow that forms around her. The smoke of everything else the explosion is causing fire and, smoke. There is a shadow of enormous wings that unfurl. And Akari's, she's got that flannel, that like yellow and black buffalo plaid oversized flannel wrapped up around her. In the explosion, that has become unwrapped and it now unfurls. As she is flying, she suddenly is righted. And a very similar we've seen to her arms off to the side. And very, what's the name? Marvel, the guy, the wizard, Ben help.
Strange.
Doctor Strange, thank you. Very a la Doctor Strange, just floating as the flannel is flaring around her. But there are certain features that have now come out. Behind her, behind this waving, cloak-like, oversized shirt, there are two tails that unfurl from behind and just kind of float and wave delicately in their own wind. Two ears emerge from her hair. And there is a glowing red and blue changing pattern that illuminates on her face, around her eyes, as that is her true form that is revealed. And she is going to look down at the orc, whose name was Xavier. And a voice, she's going to just say to him, "Save them all." And I am going to attempt to possess him.
Oh, I was hoping you would try to do this with Xavier. Okay.
Okay.
Let me look at the possession stat that we figured out. Thank you for highlighting it.
Yeah.
All right. Lovely. Let me get his. Okay.
And I can use the special dice for this?
Absolutely. I will also let you know Xavier also uses special dice for this one.
Oh, goody.
Do you have better rolling luck than Sam?
Oh, yeah, because that'll work out.
Xavier gets a +2 to this as well. Well, he gets a +2 because of the grit. The shark getting a +2 to grit for their possession to resist you. They also automatically get a +2. So, do you want to give me your grit?
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. I hope it works. So, am I making a fight or a grit check?
This is a grit check. It's a grit versus grit. You're trying to possess the same body at the same time. It's grit versus grit.
Oh, okay.
So no. Sorry, you're fighting. Okay. My bad.
Okay.
I read that wrong.
Okay, great.
I read my own thing wrong.
It is a 22.
Ooh, that's really good. Xavier blew up twice. And he only has a D6 for his dice for that. So twice he ended up getting a 10. And then his special die was a 15. And then he gets the +2 and then a +2. So he beats yours by what?
7.
Yep. So there's a thing with the kids on bikes.
I get a point.
You did get a point because it's a failure. That's right.
Oh wait, do I all get points for dying?
I will resolve that in a second. Okay. You're all dead, so points don't matter anyways.
It would make me feel better.
You try to possess Xavier. Xavier allows you to enter his body. It is just a black void. Akari and Xavier stand in what seems to be nothingness. Xavier goes, I will save them. You don't have to command me.
Obey me. They mean more than you realize.
I know more than you realize. And he casts you out. At this point, everybody is dead or knocked out. Akari.
Okay.
After trying to possess Xavier, you keep on hearing the song of death kind of reach for you a little bit more. And Mark speaks up.
Ugh, add it to the symphony.
It's time. You can finally leave. We can go be happy together.
This is not the time. Shut up.
You killed me. I didn't ask for that.
I told you I would undo it. Just get out of my way. I try to...
You can try whatever you want.
Okay, I'm gonna now, using my fucking mystic flight, I'm gonna try and catch my damn friends.
Oh no, you're passed out. Akari is passed out. Thunder's in full control.
Oh, it's just me and
just you and Mark
in the Twilight Zone.
Yep.
Great.
You can do anything in this passed out state. Mark is trying to pull you towards the light, essentially.
Does he have hold of me?
He does. And he is. You can feel resistance when he pulls you.
I'm gonna grab his wrist and use my Sparks Fly to try and shock him.
Ooh. Yeah, sure. What was that? Any special check for that?
I don't know.
No?
It just says Sparks Fly from my fingertips with a snap of my finger.
Yep, love that. He, like he is a physical form, which is different than you normally see him. If you're gonna do this to me, then I don't know why I'm sticking around you. You've been taking too long to bring me back. I don't even know if you want me
Oh my
back.
god, Mark, I would love if you would leave me alone. I have to go save my friends.
Fine.
I've died.
He disappears, and we're gonna move on to someone else. Next in the line, Ruth and Marrika.
Yes.
For some reason, you both appear in an open cave. You can see each other and you can see the things around you. You are floating, and you can just have a feeling that you can't touch anything here. Like you're a ghost, essentially. In this cave is massive. It's tall. You can't see the ceiling exactly. But in front of you, you see 2 black stones that have been illuminated with lights, with purple light. These stones have runes carved in them from top to bottom. Around these stones is scaffolding, and standing atop the scaffolding is a woman. With the lighting of this room, it's hard to make a lot of detail. But what I can say you see is that you can see this woman is a human. She has long braided hair. Her clothes that she's wearing seem to be more practical, more than comfortable. And she's chiseling all these runes into these stones. She seems very muscular, and you can see her muscles and her sweat reflect the purple light. And on the top of her back, right between her shoulder blades, is a tattoo of a gear. This gear has a triangle within the center of it. And I will say, Marrika, if you were thinking any details, this gear looks very similar to something that you saw Pat, the animatronic that helped you get your powers, had on his body. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna look at Ruth.
I've got nothing.
I feel like I've seen that tattoo before. On the maniac that maniac robot
That hunted you for sport.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tread carefully.
Are we gonna be hunted for sport?
I don't know. He was made by his daughter, and I feel like that might be his daughter. However, when I asked for his daughter's name, he did not tell me. He said she wasn't important, which is a very sad thing for a daughter or for a dad to say about his daughter.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, they probably don't have the best relationship.
No.
He was an automaton.
He was an automaton, but he was made to emulate someone, probably
Her
her
dad?
actual dad.
Okay.
And he had all of her father's, and he has all of like whoever this person was his memories.
Okay. I say we yell out to her and say hello and ask where we are.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because I have no other ideas.
Yeah, I don't know how we would get any other information either. Excuse me?
This woman turns around.
Hi.
When she does, you can see that there's a clamp around her neck that has many different runes on it. Akari. Not Akari. I am going to mess up everyone's names until we end the freaking campaign. Ruth. With your eyes of one ability, you can see that this person has glowing white eyes, indicating that her connection to one.
Oh, slay!
You look over at Marrika briefly, and you also see that Marrika, her eyes are also glowing white.
Hey, Marrika, you didn't tell me you were a woman of faith.
Call myself a woman of strong faith.
She, this woman hears you two talking to each other. She goes, shh. She reaches into her pocket, throws you a coin, and then she gets electrocuted.
Okay.
The clamp on her neck lights up, and you hear a voice in the chamber go, "Keep working." You all disappear.
Oh.
We're gonna go to the next person. Ellinor.
Hi.
You're dead.
Yes.
And you appear in the domain of Solar.
I swear to God, if she gets another picnic with a raccoon, and the rest of her
You're standing just outside the cabin that you once had a picnic at with Solar, and you see this little raccoon that you met 5 years ago run out and go, "Ellinor, are you okay? Are you?"
I don't think I am.
I'm so sorry. If I knew that this would have happened to you, I would have never put you on this path. I'm
It's
so
okay.
No, you're not. I can bring you back. I can bring you back. I can do this.
Are you you don't seem like you can.
No, I just starts freaking out. He turns from his raccoon form into this more like a generic big beast form.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a little bit of ways away, "I thought you were going to invite me to the party when we all met." You see a shadowy figure appear from the forest clearing, into the forest clearing. His cloak that you've seen once before in a dream disappears and turns into a 3-piece gray suit. You see an elven man with skin white as snow, jet black hair, eyes blacker than the void, with pupils that glow red. "Hello, Ellinor. It's good to see you again."
You look different.
Well, I figured I'd update. I feel like this is more fitting for a man of this time.
Okay. What happened?
What do you mean? You died. Do you want more detail?
Why am I here?
Solar speaks up. "I was able to," in his beastie form, goes, "I was able to take your soul away from the plains of death and save you for a little bit, but I appear to have opened the door." And he seems to be struggling a little bit as he says that. Death speaks up. "Yes, that's what happened. I don't necessarily like it when my old master interferes with my job. But, oh well. Things happen."
Okay. My friends and I were trying to get to Zara.
Oh, yes, I am well aware of your plan to go rescue my general and bring him all the way to next city just to be interrogated and we'll probably execute it afterwards. I am well aware.
Did you cause this?
Well, not necessarily. That wasn't necessarily for you. You just happened to be in the crossfire. Actually, that was more for Xavier, actually. A present from...
Why do you want him dead?
Well, without revealing any more weaknesses than I need to, he was hindering my ability to get stronger since the beginning. Fair enough, because he was somebody that adamantly fought against me when he was alive. So.
Is he dead now?
In a way. He inhabits a body that he was able to bargain with an old friend of mine to get. So. But yes, he is dead.
Okay.
And when you go back, can you tell him something for me?
Go back?
Yes, I'm not gonna keep you here. You're definitely gonna be revived.
Okay. Will my friends also be allowed to go back?
I'm not gonna tell you everything, dear. We're not that friends. We're not that type of friends.
Okay, so what do you want me to tell Xavier?
I release him from my bond. But this is the last betrayal, and it will have much consequence. Goodbye, Ellinor. And you see Death grab Solar, throw him into the cabin, crushes the cabin, and you disappear. To the next person. Haley.
Hello.
Hello. You wake up in a white room, similar to the one that you saw last night. And standing before you is the lines between.
Hey, what the fuck, man? You said I would have a choice. I could avoid this shit. And I tried talking it through with everyone. I didn't really feel like we had much of a choice in the matter. It just kind of fucking happened. So, what the fuck, dude?
Well, I brought you here to congratulate you on doing the right thing and getting everyone out alive, per se.
Alive?
Yes.
We got blown up!
The ways that the first two outcomes would go. The first outcome would be you do nothing. The train would derail, and everyone on the train would die. The second outcome would be you did not follow that orc. You get blown off the train. He does not help you. And then you also all die there. The third outcome, you followed the orc. He's with you. And he is one of the best healers that you have in your world. So, you're all fine. A little bit scraped, a little bit bruised maybe, but you'll be fine.
Oh, this doesn't feel like fine, man.
Well, you're not dead.
Are you sure about that?
Well, technically now you are dead, but this is more of a temporary state.
Okay. Is there anything, here's the thing. I feel like you could have told me what choice I needed to make. And I could have saved all of us an argument about what choice we needed to make.
I would like to remind you I have no dog in this fight. My benefit is if you die, I retire. I'm not your benefactor, and you gain nothing from me. I just like to talk to you sometimes.
You suck, man.
People often do not like the cards they are dealt, but they are still dealt them regardless.
And who is the dealer?
It's good seeing you again, Haley.
Yeah, whatever.
Flora. All right. You awake, and you're standing in a field of ash. Standing in front of you is a familiar hooded figure who say, "Oh, my poor little fairy. What would have happened to you?" Crossed with me? Why? I didn't kill you.
I still think you're involved somehow, and I'm going to figure out how.
Involved how? You asked me if I was a servant of death, and I told you not exactly. What do you mean? What do you mean involved?
You keep showing up when my friends are about to be killed or have been killed.
Yes, but that's mostly because I am dealing with your bad luck, not necessarily theirs.
I've made people fall before. I haven't made them blow up.
It wasn't necessarily me that did that.
Are you here for a specific reason?
Yes, I want to play a game with you. A wager. I'll give you your luck back if you win. And if you lose, I'll take your flight, your wings. As you're standing here, the field that you're in looks very familiar. It is the first field this is the field that you were in when you first met you know as the deal maker.
The ringmaster told me that I could get my own luck back.
Yes, and this would be you getting your own luck back. Simple. Just win.
Can I insight check? Brain check?
Yeah, sure.
I got a d20 now.
Oh, shit.
21.
Holy shit. Okay, I want you to specifically tell me what you're looking for.
I already know I can't trust him. I'm trying to figure out if this is a good deal or not because my gut is probably telling me no. But obviously getting my wings back would be getting my luck back would be tempting.
You would bet that there's always a catch, but you also would think that you can renegotiate things if you want to. You see that he's eager to play a game with you.
Why do you want my wings?
Reasons.
Reasons? Just reasons?
We're not friends. I don't need to tell you things.
Fine. What's this game?
You asked me if I was a servant of death, and that is not true. I do not work for this organization that is hell-bent on changing the world. I did work with death before he was power-hungry. My game is find out what my name is, or was, necessarily. And if you do so, I'll give you your luck back. Partially. A little luck. Not
You
all.
said you'd give me my luck back.
I didn't say how much.
You want me to find out your name now?
No, you have until tomorrow's sundown. Would you like a hint?
Is it going to cost me?
Nope. The first hint's free.
Okay.
I arrived unbidden, a shadow's decree. No voice, no form, yet none escape me. I carve through silence, unseen but felt. A reckoning delivered where truth once dealt. I was the weight when the echoes ran dry. What was I?
Can you send me that?
I'm gonna put it in the
so I
chat.
don't make it really slow, so I can write it down.
What, you didn't get that, like, immediately?
Hey, you're gonna have to send that in the chat. I did not get it in my notes yet.
Looking forward to your answer. Remember, I'll meet you at the end of sundown tomorrow night. Good luck, little fairy. Whew. All right. I am going to say, Akari. You wake up. You are sitting at a campfire next to Xavier, who is holding a very angry-looking chipmunk as he is trying to bandage his tail.
Come to my feet, can I?
Sure. Yep. You're standing up straight. You realize that you have no scratches, no wounds, and all your points are at level 9, or 0.9.
Oh. Damn.
Akari, welcome back.
I'm gonna pull out a wand from my sleeve and just point it at him.
What? I did as you asked.
Just looking around, taking in where we are.
You see yourself in a deeply dense forest where you see your friends laying down nearby. Everyone is bandaged up pretty bandaged up, or some have casts on them. You see that Flora specifically is on the stump near Xavier with a cast made of mud and sticks covering her wings. They look like they were probably damaged pretty badly. You pander over to Barrick. Barrick, his shirt got ripped a little bit, and you can see covering all of the skin visible, including his face and his ears, are tattoos of just runes and different magical properties shaping all over his body. His shirt has been partially ripped in the back, and you can see one big rune on the back of it. On his back. He's passed out right now.
So what now? I'm gonna say to Xavier.
What
Still,
what?
wand pointed.
You can put that down.
In my experience, once people know who I am, I can't put it down.
Thunder told me all about you.
Mr. Thunder the Dragon.
Yes, the dragon. Quite an impressive form you have, by the way.
You did this? You healed everyone? Are
Yes.
they alive?
Yeah, everyone is breathing. Whether they're gonna wake up within the next hour or so. This should be fine. Their souls are back in their body. That's the real important part.
was the price. Their souls given to death now? Your master?
No. I don't work for him anymore, it seems. And he lifts up where you saw him taking a part of his body just a few minutes before to encase that explosion with clay. It's still a hole. It's not healed. And you can see there's just a hollow chamber inside. It would appear that death has forsaken to me, and I cannot regenerate it anymore. Well, not as fast, that is. Especially all the magic I just exude with healing your friends. Believe me or not, you can do whatever you wish. But that wand's not going to do much to the likes of me.
I'll reluctantly tuck it away and go over to Ruth.
You can shake her awake, or you can zap her, and that will definitely wake her up.
No need to electrocute my friends. Looking back at Xavier. So what do we owe you then?
You owe me nothing.
Oh my.
Thunder explained to me your journeys and your mission, and it seemed like a valiant one. You owe nothing to me. I wish for nothing.
Thunder isn't someone that other people can speak to. I collect people where I go. Would you speak to them?
I am not alive. I am a soul inhabiting this form. The connection to the afterlife is untethering, is always pulling at me, and therefore I can talk to all souls. When you were away dealing with the fact that you passed out, Thunder took over your body. It took a minute for him to trust me, but we talked. He's very fond of you, you know. He wants you to be happy. And he does not want your friends.
Very helpful.
He does not want your friends to be dead. So he actually helped me a lot with this, providing some extra magic. He wanted to ask, why don't you trust him?
Well, I don't exactly know him very well. Why am I telling you this? You can have a talk with him. I don't know him very. Look, things happen, and I don't know why. So, he's one of those things.
By looking at you, it seems like that other thing that was floating around you is not there anymore.
I will try to contact
Mark or Thunder.
Yeah.
Thunder, you can easily talk. You can hear Thunder's voice, but Mark, you're getting nothing. Just the dial-up sound.
Well, that's a relief. Like the whole reason that I got into this in the first place, get rid of him. So good.
If it was only so easy. Anyways, I think your friends will be getting to wake up soon, so if you want, I can leave you and come back later.
I'll just turn to Ruth and slowly wake her up.
At this point, I'm going to say everyone is starting to wake up. We're going to start with Ruth, and then we'll go on from there.
I'm gonna wake up screaming.
I scream back.
Oh my god! Are you in your what form? Are you in?
Oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah, I look weird. I look weird because I forgot. I've been all thrown off.
Akari?
There are. So I have two furry fox ears sticking out at the top of my head, and
Okay.
two tails.
Did Xavier do this to you?
Oh my gosh, no! He totally like. I think he saved. I mean, I don't know. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you okay? I guess I'm okay. I thought I was dead, and then there was this guy, and then there was this girl, and she got electrocuted. Do I have a coin on me? I'm gonna feel around for a coin. Do I have a coin?
You have a coin in your hand.
But is it the coin or is it like a penny?
You pull out the coin that you pull out what's in your hand, and one side's completely blank, and the other side is a blackened steel with a hammer on it.
Okay. Well, anyways, I don't know what this means. I'll ask Marrika when she gets up. She probably understands this better than I do. What's the... Why do you look like that? You don't normally look like this.
Oh fuck me! I like take several steps backwards. Oh, you see.
The ears, the tail. Are you okay? Did something happen? Was it the train?
Yes. Something happened. The train. No, this, this is like, wow. I don't usually when people find this out, I have to like kill them or something. No, I'm not going, like, I'm totally not going to. Like, I really like you, Ruth.
Okay.
This, like, this is, ta-da, this is me.
It's a surprise. Why you've always been like this? Why do you sometimes look different, though?
Well, people, like, I mean, people don't like us, right? Like, we eat souls.
Oh. What are you?
I'm, like, you've heard of Kitsune, right?
Oh. No. What is that? I wouldn't know that, would I? Would Ruth know that?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay. Well, we're people. It's like you, except, like we're very tricky folk
Oh.
that get a lot of bad reps. But there are some of us that like super suck. Not a lot of us, but like I don't really know. I haven't met a lot of me. So we take the forms of others. We cause some fun mischief to teach lessons. We like I said, get a really bad rep. And we look like fox folk.
Xavier speaks up a little bit.
There's a ton of them in the afterlife.
Oh, by the way, Xavier's here.
Yeah, I just Aren't we supposed to? Isn't he like working with death?
Like, I don't know. I keep asking him, and I think he saved us all. And like, I kind of want to like attack him, but like everything he says seems somewhat convincing.
Sam, can I use my little eyes thing
Sure.
to check his eyes?
Yeah, if you go over to look at Xavier's eyes, his eyes are now green, glowing green, specifically.
What does that mean?
Solar, his connection to Solar.
Okay.
Like if you were to look
No.
at Ellinor's eyes, her eyes would also glow green.
What do I see when I look at Akari's eyes?
Ooh, that's fun. Akari has no really any connection to any of 1 or 3, so they don't glow at all.
Okay. No, I think Xavier's good.
At this point, I'm gonna
Is this
say
a problem, Ruth? Like, you can tell me.
No,
I'll,
it's
like, leave.
not. It's really it was a surprise, but I'm learning, I'm learning about new things and new types of people, and I don't make a lot of friends. I think people usually generally dislike me and my family.
It's
But
crazy. Ruth, you're like such a kind person. You're like
yeah,
way nicer than me.
I don't think I think that's not true, but I'm really happy that I met you. And I'm excited to learn more about Kitsune and their culture.
now, Akari, I will allow you. Everyone else is still passed out. Do you want to change back, or do you want to stay with this form? You start to hear rustling of other people.
I definitely have the instinct to. I'm going to gingerly try and take Ruth's hand. I'll take it and I'll keep my form.
Aww.
Very nervous.
It's gonna be okay.
All right, we're gonna say in this order: Marrika wakes up, Ellinor wakes up, Flora wakes up, Haley wakes up, and then Barrick wakes up.
Oh, dang it. Fuck. Ugh.
Xavier.
Hi.
Xavier?
Xavier's
Xavier?
like good. He's here, but I don't think he's working with death anymore.
I need to talk to him.
Oh, okay, that's a separate thing. Never
I
mind.
think I need to talk to him too.
Hey, did I get a concussion? Or does Akari have like furry ears and a couple of tails?
Xavier speaks up.
Concussion?
Xavier speaks up. You definitely have a concussion.
Yeah, we all have concussions.
Okay. What about that other piece? Is that real or is that a concussion hallucination?
Side effect? No, it's real.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is
Why
Chip
2
here?
tails? Any idea?
I think it's because I've eaten 2 different people.
Excuse me?
Sorry. Oh, fuck.
As
No.
you guys are talking, you overhear Barrick wake up, look at his all of his tattoos of the runes showing, and he goes, "Fuck! Where's my mask?"
What mask?
What
Whoa,
mask?
what? Huh?
I gotta find. None of you saw this. None of you saw this. And
Oh,
Xavier,
what? Your thick ass tats?
Xavier goes, "I have it over here." Throws it to Barrick. Thanks. Puts on a mask. The mask disappears. All of his tattoos gone.
Are you not allowed to have tattoos in the government?
No, it's not. And Xavier pipes up. He's hiding from someone. The masks suppress his abilities, so he can't be found. And Barrick gives Xavier a
the
dirty
person
look.
who's tracking you put the tattoos on you?
Not exactly. The person Xavier speaks up. The person he is tracking. He's the person who is not tracking him. He's looking for someone else.
Oh.
And the tattoos, They're just the way he gets a lot of power real fast.
Do you guys know each other? What is this deal happening?
Barrett goes,
Boyfriends? I didn't say that, and Ruth didn't say that. Zuzu said that.
wait, what'd you say?
I said ex-boyfriends.
Barrett goes, my brother died from the servants of death and then was resurrected as one of the generals of death. And Xavier knows who that is. Yes, Xavier goes. And if you keep hiding from him, he won't find you. But you won't probably find him any easier if you suppress your power.
So, I know it probably doesn't feel like it right now, but we did make the right choice, according to Mr. Lines. So I'm just trying to take some of the...
Yeah. Flora, you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Chip runs and bear hugs you because you're both around the same size.
Okay. Good. I'll hug him back.
Yeah, fun fact. Chipmunks have like a terminal velocity that are very, very slow. So they can't necessarily die from fall damage. And he was in somebody's pocket for somehow dampened the blow even more, so he didn't die from that either.
Dude, to be a chipmunk.
Very lucky chipmunk.
So death is a thing. Are like emotions entities too? Just wondering. Like if someone were to like make a deal for things to happen, do you know who that person might be and what their name might be?
Are you talking about a lawyer?
Did you make a
Or
deal
the mob?
Did you make a deal with death?
Like a bookie?
I don't think I made a deal with death.
I spoke to death again.
Xavier looks at you and goes, what?
Oh, yeah, he had something for me to tell you. But maybe we should talk about that separately.
Okay. Well, everyone's awake now. Marrika, you feel in your pocket. You feel a coin. You pull it out. It is one side is flat, and the other side has a light steel hammer engraved into it.
Okay.
Like opposites of each other.
All right. Well, everyone's awake now, and everyone seems like they're moving and breathing. Glad that all worked out. Definitely put all your organs back where they need to go.
I shit my guitar.
Oh.
I checked my guitar.
All right, we're gonna resolve this. This will be straight up luck. All right, we're gonna do a d20. You get a 10, and you get a 10 or higher. It's fine. Under 10, it's smashed.
Okay. Big money noimies. I rolled a 9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, real quick, everyone died, which is the biggest failure you can do here. So everyone gets max amount of points.
Great. Can I spend a point to bump that up to a 10 to
You
succeed?
can spend a point, Mac, and bump it up to a
Oh
10.
yeah, so that's actually a 10, so my guitar's fine.
So does that mean that we have
9?
3 points? 9 points.
You have 9 points.
Oh, so we can do all our cool shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't. I just spent a point to save my guitar.
Well, that sucks for you.
Xavier goes, it looks like we're all awake. Ellinor, could you get rid of the forest?
Can she what?
What?
When Ellinor was landing close to the ground, this forest popped up so she wouldn't break more bones. It's a thing.
Did I do that?
You or Solar probably
Oh,
did
okay.
it.
I suppose.
It's not going to be anything on your sheet. You just have to try to will it. I'm going to have you roll magic on this one.
Okay.
So just roll
So
just roll d20. Your DC is going to be 5.
Okay. That's a 14.
Cool. These redwood forests, these tree trunks, all shrink back into the ground, and you're in a open field covered in fog. Xavier goes, I would assume that most of you, this is your first time being here, but welcome to what the old kingdom of the orcs called the Valley of Peace.
It's pretty.
It's real nice.
Yeah. Akari, do you remember when you were trying to threaten me with your wand?
I don't know if threaten is really the right word.
No,
It was probably
Yes, sir.
completely justified.
I didn't say it wasn't. But I want you to try to attack me, if you wouldn't mind.
I feel like that's a trap.
It definitely is, but just humor me. I'll heal you, don't worry.
Okay, well now I'm definitely not going to.
Fine.
Does it have to be with a
will-
wand, or can it be with something else?
Any violent action.
I'm gonna try to punch him.
Sure. You punch him, vines shoot up from the ground, wrap your arm around it, pull you down to the ground. Xavier goes down. I forgive you. Vines disappear.
Wow. That's pretty special that all you have to say is I forgive you. Do you have to mean it?
No.
Cool.
It's this place has a spell on it. No violent actions can happen here. The orcs used to use it for times of great loss. They would often retreat here, so. And normally outsiders who don't have orc heritage can't enter, but that's usually from either end of the valley, but not the top. And that's how we got in. So.
Mm.
Well, since you've all never been here before, I think you should follow me, and I can get you out. So, this way, please.
As we start walking, I'm gonna reactivate my strings that connect ability,
Sure.
if possible.
Okay, here's the thing. Ben,
Yeah.
you reactivated it this morning, technically, and you didn't technically dismiss it.
Yeah, but it lasts until I sleep.
You didn't sleep.
And
you're
I
right.
was unconscious, which
Okay, fine, sure.
it doesn't cost me anything to reactivate it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
So I'm just gonna roll for it again. I will nerf my own ability by saying that getting knocked unconscious will make me drop the ability.
Sure, totally.
Yeah, I beat the 15 by a lot.
Okay, cool.
18 on one die, 6 on the other, plus 3 to be whatever that is. 27, I think.
That's more than the 15. You're good.
Is there anything different about Xavier's
Strings?
strands?
Yes. when you looked at him last, he had all black strings. The black strings are still there.
Okay.
There is one gold string that is heading forward towards the direction you're all walking.
Interesting.
As we're walking, I'd like to catch up to Xavier. Hi.
Oh, Ellinor, hello.
What- Would we happen to be potentially going past or near the temple that's supposed to be in this valley?
No, unfortunately not. The temple was moved many, many years ago. It was not in this valley anymore. I actually moved it out of there because I was afraid that the people of the orcs wouldn't be able to come back to it. So I moved it back to the capital, which unfortunately was taken over by the servants of death. So sorry.
Okay. That's fine. And would you like to know what Death told me to tell you when I saw him when I was dead earlier today?
Sure.
He said that he releases you from his bond, and this is the last betrayal, and it will be of much consequence.
In the valley.
So, I don't know what that's all about. He was quite reluctant to tell me much information about you and what was happening and why I was there, and also then he kind of took Solar and pushed him into his cabin.
Well,
So I don't think things are great there, but
well, as for
he did tell me I needed to tell you this.
I appreciate the message. No one can outrun death. Death comes for us all, as they say. So. And I am no longer under death's powers, so I guess that means my time might be up.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. But hopefully you've lived a good life, and if there's anything that I can do, seems probably unlikely. You seem pretty strong and powerful. If you want to talk or anything.
I appreciate it. I do feel the power leaving my body as we speak, so I don't know how long I have, so we'll see. I will get you out of the valley, for sure. I promise.
Thank you. Does anyone else know does Barrick know how to get us out? If
you could ask Barrick.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to leaving, and thank you.
Absolutely.
And again, I'm really sorry.
My only regret is I wasn't able to do the task I joined the Servants of Death for, so oh well.
I'm gonna trot up to Marrika as we're walking.
Hey!
Kind of jog a little faster. So, like I mentioned earlier, I think I said some things that like came off a little alarming. So, like eating people. That's not. I was a little flustered. It's not real. Like I'm not a cannibal. It's just that like sometimes what. Okay, so like what happened to me is I've been so like making friend. Please don't tell, like especially please don't tell Ruth. But like when I make friends or get close to someone, I tend to eat them, and I'm working really hard to make that not happen. It's kind of a character flaw that I'm really trying to work on.
So what do you mean like you consume their bodies?
It changes each time. I think it happened with Mr. Thunder. There was a big flash. We were touching. It was a really like maybe it was like an intimate moment for him, but it definitely wasn't for me. And then like suddenly like he was inside me and then not like that. Like he became like part of me and can like take me over sometimes. But Mark,
Sound fun
my
for you.
boyfriend Mark, he was like kind of like wait a moment expecting him to show up. He was well, he was like super really annoying, but we were really close and I didn't know better, high school. And then we were like and I ate his soul.
While you were fucking?
That's like really yeah, totally. And then I like so that was a surprise. So I don't really mean to do it. But I just wanted to clarify that like I'm working on it and that's like the one of the things that I'm hoping to ask the Empress when we get there because she's like really powerful. So she'll be able to help me stop it. But I'm gonna like work really hard to make sure it doesn't happen to any of us. So like don't worry about that. And I'm not a crazy person. Okay.
Sure, for sure. Honey, you seem great. Yeah. There's a
I'm
lot.
really glad to meet you too.
Hmm?
I'm really glad to meet you too.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So great.
Okay.
Akari just like locks in her head. Don't get too close to Akari.
I'm gonna be at the back with Ruth because I feel safe with her.
I'm gonna now just kind of keep a like constant eye on Ruth just to make sure she doesn't get consumed.
We're gonna wake up one day and Akari's gonna have a third tail and Ruth is just nowhere to be found. Akari's gonna be like, what the hell? Ruth, where did she go? Where's my best friend?
Oh no.
I'll go back to the back with Ruth.
Actually, Akari,
Okay. Yeah.
how many tails do others where you're
The
from
most
have?
I've seen is 9.
Mm.
Like that's in like stories.
Oh, so you haven't actually like known anyone.
I don't like my parents, but they like disappeared a long time ago. I don't know what happened to them. Like I've been by myself at the magic
I'm
shop
so
for
sorry, honey. I meant you don't actually know anybody with 9 tails. Or did your parents have 9 tails?
No, I don't think I've ever met someone with 9.
Okay.
That's just like the what you're supposed to like strive for, but I think I'd rather strive for it in another way. If that makes sense. Because like the more tails, the more power. But
Can you get power without tails?
I don't really know. I went to the mountain and got a dragon inside my body. So
Well, I mean that maybe he wanted to get out of the mountain.
that's true.
Maybe he did
Hold
it
on.
on purpose. Because like
Mr. Thunder.
Yes.
Like, were you wanting to like get out? Hi, by the way. Thank you so much. I haven't like said thank you. Were you like wanting to get out of the mountain? And that's why you like latched on to me?
My
Sorry,
intention.
we haven't really talked before now.
Yeah, that it's only been 5 years. Anyways, my intentions were to save your life, and there's a lot.
guess.
There's a lot of things going on with that, but
one of the things about dragons, or as what dragons used to be able to do. Before they die, they have something called a dragon's wish, where they can use what's left of their power to get one thing make one thing happen. My wish is to get you out. You latched onto me somehow.
You know, given my record, that does make sense.
So, I'm not complaining.
I'm sorry
No,
about that.
if the options
I
were
can
to...
totally, like, I'll ask the Empress to, like, release you to, like, put you back in your big dragon body.
Do you have my big dragon body with you?
No. But maybe we'll, like, find another. But, like, Xavier, he had another body.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fit in that, but... Akari, I have no qualm with you, and you can call upon me when you wish. I will not bother you unless you are in danger.
It's very nice. Oh, where's Mark, by the way? Did you, like, eat him or something?
I haven't seen that annoying little twit for quite some time.
Okay.
What do I see while...
Oh, you hear everything I say.
Do I
But
hear
not
what
me.
Thunder says?
No.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
all
actually,
up
that brings
here.
up a really good point. Is there anything different about Akari's strings now?
The one that was floating above her is not there anymore.
Interesting. Okay. Just mentally make a note of that.
Haley, actually, this is a good point.
Yeah.
Barrick walks up to you and says, "Hey, Haley, I have to apologize. I was kind of a jerk. I didn't really believe the whole strings of fate thing, and you clearly did some things to make it so we were all surviving, and thanks."
Hey, man, if you should be thanking anyone, it's Akari. I think she's probably the one that saved our lives, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot more with that than I originally thought, so...
But hey, it's fine. I sounded crazy.
No, I mean, we're in war times, and I really should be more trusting. I have a hard time with that, and...
Nah, look, I get it. I do. So your brother is one of the generals, huh? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No,
I
it was...
I changed the subject earlier, so you didn't have to, but...
I know, I kind of trust you a little bit more than a couple of the other people here. Not saying they're not trustworthy, but, like, I don't know, I just have a...
I get it. You like my music. It inspires trust.
Yeah, it's only your music. Yeah, my brother is Malachar Deadspire. I wasn't really strong enough to help keep him alive. When the servants of death raided my village, they took him and they killed him, and I guess death got to him before I could save him. So.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I mean, everyone's everyone's lost someone.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Well, normally they don't come back. So.
Well, that's true. How does becoming one of the generals work anyway?
Well, it just so happens we're walking with a former general of death, I guess. So I probably would say ask him. So.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, anyway, no apology necessary for earlier, number one. Number 2, sorry about your brother.
It's okay. You didn't kill him.
Yeah, it just seems like it was a real complicated situation there for you. So I'm sorry that it is a tough situation. And yeah, your tattoos were pretty cool.
Yeah, they're if I don't have this mask on, I kind of give off a really big magical aura, and my brother was always able to find me that way when he was alive, and yeah, so.
So do you or do you not want him to find you?
I want to find him before he finds me, and I want to try to either convince him or capture him. So.
I mean, not to, you're the super spy who works for the government or whatever, but like, not to put too fine a point on it here or anything, but wouldn't the easiest way for you to find him be to draw him to you?
Yes.
If you're planning on it, right, you could set up like an ambush or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You could leverage this to your advantage.
You're not wrong. I have thought about it, though. The problem is civilians that would be hurt in the process.
You do it here. In this fog. No one can fucking hurt anyone here.
Yeah. I don't think my brother is of orc descent, so he can't enter here. So, not really going to work out, so.
Fair point. My point being, look, I know we're in the process of destroying a lot of the wild places of the world and stuff, but there are still places out there that are not populated.
Yeah, I'm also just... It's scary.
Sure. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. Just, kind of be honest with yourself about it.
When you're an older brother, you try really hard to protect your younger siblings, and it didn't work out.
I wouldn't know I was an only child.
Well, fair. All right.
But I'll take your word for it, and I assume it's hard. So if you do decide you're ready to try and draw him to you, I would be happy to help, and I'm sure the others here would too.
I appreciate that. I'll definitely keep it in mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see my sister before that, because we all might die. So we'll probably on the way back, right?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's get this job done first before we take on another job.
Yeah.
I mean, this job's already killed us. So.
Oh man, wasn't on my my bingo card of this year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a lot of good music out of that one. That's for sure. I'm gonna get a lot of good emo music out of that one. That's for sure.
I can't wait for the next tape.
Yeah. Well, good talk.
You're all walking along. Eventually, you come into this what seems to be a very much non-natural space. Things are stones are stacked in an unnatural way. There are decorations. People have been here, or someone's been here, quite often. You look in front of you, and there's this massive stone with names written all over it. Xavier sighs, and he goes, I apologize for the wait. I need to do something. He reaches into his coat pocket, pulls out a little book, and he just opens it up, and he waves his hand over it, and he starts etching names into the stone.
What you doing?
Before I became a servant of death, I worked along a man that was very much death's enemy in his fight against Death's Veil. I take it upon myself every time I visit this place to etch the names of the ones who have died from Death's Veil upon this stone.
Oh, how long are we gonna be here?
Not long. Marrika.
You were here recently.
I try to come here once a week.
Oh,
Who was that man you worked with? Do we know him?
I doubt it.
What was his name?
You know a lot of people.
Yeah, we literally, and we've also been into the mountain. Maybe we know someone.
I would tell you, but I can't.
But you don't know the name.
It's more like the name cannot be said.
What
Oh,
if we like guessed it right?
No, it's more of a magical curse thing. It's
can you spell it?
no.
can you describe it?
Describe the name.
Yeah.
Letters.
So it can be said.
When I make the right noise, you just start nodding.
No, we're
Hey,
not.
he-
We're not doing
he-
this
he go-
one.
he-
We're not doing
You,
this
you
one.
you tried doing this, and he goes, "No, really. If Lilith heard you say the name, we'd all be dead."
Who's Lilith?
Some would know her as Lilith.
She's the Bones girl.
Yeah, she's the
She's
bones.
the Bone
girl.
General.
That baddie?
She's the one that blew up the train.
Wait, but
She's
she's not
Liam's ex-wife?
yes, Liam McCarthy's ex-wife. Yes, she's the one that blew up the train.
No,
Question.
I was counting on her.
I also have a question, but you go first.
I was gonna ask. You don't seem to like death very much.
No,
How did you become one of his generals?
I was going to ask a similar question. How does one become a general of death anyway? And you still have free will. How much free will do the generals have?
it's a long story if you want to hear it.
We've got a long walk.
We've got the time.
As he says this, he's etching all these names into the stone with magic. So, I was a nurse on the battlefield during the day of the Great Betrayal. You probably know it as the last battle, the day that the Great Alliance, sealed away all the armies of the foreign kingdoms, the dragons, the orcs, and the giants, away in those obelisks that are outside our capitals.
It was pretty fucked up. When I learned about it in history class, I was like, does this seem wrong to anyone else? And they were like, no, those were bad guys. And then I was like, that seems like genocide, but nobody took it seriously.
My husband was the captain of the guard at the time, and he was at the forefront. There's a great flash of light, and he was gone. All of them were gone. I stood on the field waiting for him to show up again, but he never did. The Great Alliance advanced forward, and we all threw up our hands and surrendered. But they were not taking prisoners that day. So, as my husband once said, flee now and fight for another day. So I ran. I ran to the cliffside of just north of the capital of Grimdur. Surrounded by the Great Alliance, I jumped. Fall into the water. I died. Death spoke to me. Knowing my history against Death's Veil and the abilities I had of healing and just grand knowledge of the body of everyone, even dragons, He made me a deal. Become a general and gain eternal life. So I have enough time to figure out how to get my husband back from that damn obelisk. My body was destroyed, so I spoke to the deal maker. And he gave me this one in exchange for my name.
Wait, I thought your name was Zeb.
I think that's a
Xavier.
new name.
That is the name of the form that you see in front of you today.
Oh.
Um,
Where is the soul that used to be in there?
The soul, well, this body is made of clay.
So, so you are a clay replica of Xavier?
I am the soul of what is now known as Xavier, who has the ability to control the clay around him, and I made it into the form of an orc because that's what I was when I was alive.
Okay.
So is this how? I'm sure. It sounds like. First of all, I'm very sorry. Circumstances sound terrible. It sounds like the circumstances around you becoming a servant of death were very, personal to you. And death offered you something personally, right? Said, I'll give you eternal life so that maybe you can find a way to get your husband back from death. I sympathize with that. Although, death could, well, anyway.
Well, let me, before we go forward, my husband's not dead. He's trapped inside the obelisk. I went to the afterworld and searched for my husband for 100 days and 100 nights, and I did not find him.
Interesting. Well, that's a whole other matter now. Okay. I want to set that obelisk thing aside because that's fucking nuts. So, did everyone who became a general, were they all presented a similar, death was like, hey, you should work with me because I think you're cool and I'll give you something nice for it?
Not exactly. Morvius Dalmas, he was just a murderous person, and he's technically still alive. He's not undead, like myself. Lilith Winfeld, also not undead, but death does grant her eternal life. I know for a fact that she joined after the death of her child. Her and McCarthy's child. And your elven friend over there, brothers Malachar, he didn't necessarily have a choice in the matter. The Chain Knight, on the other hand, isn't technically a servant of death. She's just in a constant fit of rage, and death kind of teleports her where he needs destruction. So.
Wait, you mentioned the deal maker. Is the deal maker someone who, tell me more about the deal maker.
Tell you more about the deal maker. What? I mean, formerly worked with Death before he went power hungry, and now wanders jobless, making deals with poor, unfortunate souls that need something of him.
Do you know what his actual name is by any chance?
I've never asked.
Great question, though.
I don't necessarily like to talk to him very much. He did take my name, so.
But does he come talk to you occasionally? And, does he taunt you? Did he taunt you?
No.
No?
No.
He just left you alone?
Yeah. I did the transaction and he just peaced out.
That's so fascinating. Okay, thank you.
I mean, from what I know of him, he usually only hangs around things that he needs more of. So.
What do you mean? Like what? Who else has he hung around? I mean, who has he hung around?
You would have to ask him. I don't know. I only know of myself.
Interesting.
Or do you need something?
Can I
Should we find this person?
Can I make a world's tempo check to see if I can determine what the fuck is going on with Flora?
Yeah.
Flora this whole time has been walking with everyone and just muttering the riddle that
Over
she
and
was
over again.
told, just trying to figure it out. But she's small, so
Now, this is a question: is Flora consciously still trying to keep composure, or is this?
I think she's in full panic mode.
Okay. Then I don't think you even need to make a check with that one.
Okay,
Haley.
good, because I rolled like shit.
You can just full on tell that Flora is in full spiral right now.
Okay. I noticed that I sort of say all right, well, let's thank you for the information, Xavier, and I'm gonna file that away for later, and I'm gonna try to talk to Flora separately, from everyone. But I'll say, thank you for answering the questions we had, Xavier.
Real quick, how many obelisks are there?
3. Well,
3.
2 3/4, or less than that. One of them was partially destroyed.
By who?
What happened when it was partially destroyed?
Well, remember how I said the chain knight's in a constant fit of rage?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was able to destroy it partially and then impaled her, and which fueled her rage to an unquenchable amount. So now
so when it was partially destroyed, it didn't release the things that were trapped in it?
No, it just separated. I don't necessarily know what would go about actually releasing people from it. You would have to be someone that's blessed by one to do that.
Which obelisk was the one that was partially destroyed?
Well, the Chain Knight is a 40-foot tall person, so I assume.
No, which one of the different obelisks was it? Where is it located?
This one is located in the desert of Sahara.
Oh, of course it is. That's really great. Okay, yeah, that's starting to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Which one is your husband in?
The one that's in Grimdur, probably about a week's journey north from here. Outside.
And where's the other one in?
That one is just outside Dracana in the country of Velcom. The Servants of Death just recently overtook Velcom.
Yeah.
So I would actually love to find a way to release the people that are in the obelisks, but that seems like a step or two down the line move. That said, we are passing by one, right? Kind of. Right? I turned to Barrett.
Barrett goes, it pulls out the map that he got from the elven lady back on the train. We're going to probably walk. It'd probably be about half a mile away from the path that we're going to take, but...
Barely a detour.
Yeah,
we might as well go check it out, right?
Yeah, you say that walking in the desert.
Well, Akari can make some rad cooling stones. So.
Oh, that's right. I totally need to make those, by the way. And Flora, honey, I'm gonna make a good luck charm for you. Okay, free on the house. You don't have to pay me for that one.
Xavier gets done with writing all the stones, writing all the names on the stone. He goes, "Thank you for allowing me to do that. I appreciate it. I will say, Marrika and Haley, if you do make a check and look on the stone, you can find your dad and your bandmate."
Are they one and the same?
Yeah, I kind of just. I actually very intentionally don't look at the stone.
Okay.
Oh, I very intentionally do.
Um.
But I would also know his bandmate's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we start moving again, I'm gonna just try to like walk alongside Flora, and when I don't think anyone else is paying super close attention, I just say like, "So you seemed really interested in the deal maker, and also a little like on edge."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just very curious about the deal maker's name, and I mean, I told you a little bit about what happened to me, and I made a deal with him originally, but he's just been following me and showing up every time things happen, and I am a fairy, and I value my wings very, very much, and...
Hang on. So, you said some guy took your luck.
Yes, the deal
That's
maker.
not your wings. What's this wing thing that you're bringing up?
When I was dead, he came to me and he offered me another deal, and he said he would give me my luck back if I could play a game with him, and I decided to take it, and he said that if I could figure out his riddle, he would give me partial luck back. He told me he was going to give my luck back. I agreed to all my luck, not partial luck, but I digress. If I cannot figure out his name, he's going to take my wings, and I would very much like to keep my wings. But this riddle that he gave me is very confusing, and I have no idea what his name is.
So, did you know this guy was the deal maker before you made the first deal with him, or do you think this guy is the deal maker now that you've heard him be brought up?
I mean, I guess I don't know for sure, but there's just not many other creatures around. Actually, can I make a brain check?
I will say you did hear from the ringmaster while you were in the Mountain of Three that he identified as the entity as the deal maker.
Okay, so yes. So I found out when I was in the mountain that he was the deal maker, but I didn't know who he was until then. And no one else had ever seen him before, but the ringmaster in the mountain was able to see him and was able to use this cool whip thing to get rid of him. And I have the whip, but right now I don't want to get rid of him because I want my luck back.
So, you made, how long do you're trying to figure out his name. How long do you have to figure it out?
Till tomorrow.
Okay. Is the deal maker not, do you think that would suffice?
He said,
Or-
I arrived unbidden, a shadow's decree, no voice, no form, yet none escaped me. I carved through the silence, unseen but felt, a reckoning delivered where truth once dwelt. I was the way when the echoes ran dry. What was I? I can only think that it's something like guilt or like grief. But like, are there entities called emotions like that?
Well, we've got a god called Death.
Right?
And another one called Lines Between. So I feel like their names can be a little esoteric. But you don't think that just saying you're the deal maker will suffice to answer the riddle.
I don't know, but if I'm wrong, I don't get my wings. So I want to make sure whatever name I give him, I'm confident with.
100% confident. It's a tricky riddle. All right, based on what you've told me about him, it doesn't seem like it seems like he just shows up. So, yeah, arrives unbidden. Sure.
Only if he needs something from you. What does he need from me? Does he need my wings for something? I don't know. He's not following other people around, but he's following me around. I was recently a child.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up. No, that guy's for sure a predator. No voice, no form, yet none escape me. So that is strange because he has to use his voice to negotiate these deals, which does make me kind of agree with you that maybe this isn't his true name.
Yeah.
Is this a private combo, or are you guys talking?
I'm guessing I'm not.
Flora is straight up screaming into the mist.
Yeah, she did raise her voice.
So, hang on.
Everybody else in the conversation. As we're continuing to walk, I want to be clear, we are walking.
Everyone enters the chat.
This is our, like, travel game.
Yeah.
Figure out this riddle.
Do you only get one shot to get it right, or is it like you get 3 chances?
He didn't say.
He didn't say, and I didn't ask. I probably should have asked, but you know.
Sam?
Yeah.
Can I make a brain check just to see if I can puzzle this together?
I love that Flora hasn't tried to make a brain check on this one.
Can I make a brain check?
I will say, everybody can make a brain check. We will average it out. And if it's above... You know what? Let me roll.
But I have a
Dude,
D20.
everyone use all your points.
Yeah.
If it's above an 18, average.
Average. Okay.
I will give you the number. I will give you the number, not the number. I'll give you the name.
Sam.
I was about to say,
I got
he
a
never
nat
said it was
20.
a number.
I got a nat 20. Okay.
I exploded.
Ooh, I exploded.
Ooh, nice.
Do I have a D12?
I got a
Where is
33, and I will use points if I need to.
So, Sam, to make it easier, I'll pull up the calculator to run the
Thank you.
reach check. Yeah. Always trying to help here.
Okay.
All right. So I got a
That was a good time to get a nat 20.
That was a
Laura,
great...
what did you get?
I got a 33.
33. Nice. Marrika?
19.
18. Ellinor?
18.
18. Akari?
Oh, 10.
10. And Ruth?
I'm still rolling.
What?
Holy shit.
What did you get?
I got a 13.
Are you spending points to make your dice explode? I love it.
Wow.
Are you rolling
Holy
close
shit.
to explosion each time?
Okay, hold on. Let me get my calculator out. It's not very good, guys. Don't get
Use
your
the
hopes up.
calculator. Give me a number to plug into the calculator.
Well, yes.
What's your brain at? What die do you
No, if
have?
it's a D4, this less
Oh, I
impressive.
forgot I have. Oh, do I add my modifier after I roll?
Your
Yeah.
your total dice amount plus your modifier.
And it's only once.
Once.
Or do I
yes.
roll it for each time I explode?
Just once. At the tail
Okay.
end.
Right now, I think we're still
Okay.
over.
56.
Jesus Christ.
Give her a point.
Divide. So just so you all know, I added all the numbers together and I got 149. Divided by 6, that's an average of 24.83 repeating.
Oh, God, that's amazing. Okay, so
So Ruth figures it out.
56?
Ruth figures it out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I use my points. Isn't that what we did?
you can totally do that. That's totally fine.
No, that was
We had 9 points, right?
You had 9 points. That's right.
Ruth is gonna be like, "Hey guys, it's obviously
Owl bear.
Ruth, you hear this riddle, and you're pondering through all of your knowledge of what life and death was. Your mother especially like preached a lot of like the afterlife at some point. And then you remember there was one entity that death delivered souls to, that placed people on either the bad place or the good place. That entity was called Judgment.
I will share that.
I swear you guessed that, Eva, in the chat.
I got justice or
Yeah.
vengeance.
It's pretty
I
close.
got really close though.
That's pretty close.
But the thing is, judgment is not always just.
Right.
Yeah. That's true. But I was on the right.
Yeah, you were close. You were close. So you hear it's judgment.
That's a good fucking riddle,
That
Sam.
is a good riddle.
The weight, like the scales of judgment.
So good.
Man, that's hats off,
Great
Sam.
riddle.
That was good.
Thank you. I did that in about 2 hours. Rewrote it like 1,000 times.
That's good.
No, that was good. That's very good.
Thank you.
Good job.
So you hear that. At this point, you can see that the mist is getting a little bit clearer. Haley, you're looking at Xavier in the front, and
Yep.
you see lines. You probably count about 100, easily.
Like new ones appearing.
New ones appearing.
Okay, that's strange.
They're all black.
That's not good.
Do you want?
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I think we might have incoming.
The mist clears in front of you, and in front of you, and standing in front of you is about a small army's worth of servants of death. Barrick points out there's no. I don't see any generals, so they're just soldiers. One steps forward. Xavier.
Yes.
Death says whoever delivers your head to him gets to become the next general. I suggest you surrender peacefully. We'll make it quick for you. Xavier goes, not in your lifetime. And we're going to end it right there.
I have all these points.
Thank you so much for playing.
Yeah. Do we have to start over?
Do we have to start back at 3 points?
Thank you so much for watching.
No,
You-
I can't use my cool shit.
And we will see you all again next time.
You son of a bitch.